A AI vendor was recently kicked out at a certain con. Welcome everybody to a new art topic. Today we'll be talking about AI, but in the vendor space. So before that, hope you guys hit the like, subscribe, guys. We do art topics. We'll also do art slash review on certain games like DonnyboiG will be out this week with exclusive artwork on there, and also keep up update with like my shorts or what's going on with my art, new art pieces I have within my post. All right, let's begin the art topic. All right, guys. So pretty much recently there has been a controversial thing happening at a certain con, which was Dragon Con. So this what pretty much brought to my attention, as always, the tweet. So here it is right here from RJ Palmer. It says AI scam their way into Dragon Con. The staff had them escorted out Lamont. You love to see it. So this artist right here is pretty much, I guess, known to do allegedly AI. I gotta say allegedly because I will break down the video from here. So here are some photos to share. So this person right here, I guess, was known to do AI, I guess, but we're gonna break everything down. You see the security right there. Again, Dragon Con is in Atlanta, by the way. That's what's ATL right there. But yeah, so this artist was pretty much how to take everything down and, you know, how to leave the premises. So it's gonna get very weird, guys, because I even looked at the website of Dragon Con, and it's kind of weird because Dragon Con, it recently happened literally like this past weekend on August 28th to September 1st, pretty much around like, you know, Labor Day weekend. Anyways, so it recently happened. It happens on Atlanta, and you know, it's like a, you know, pop culture convention pretty much, right? Here are the rules of pretty much like from Artist Alley, and in the rules they have nothing at all that says AI is prohibited. AI is not allowed. The only thing that I saw personally right here that they are allowed to kick the person out, I guess. It says right here, fan art will be permissible given that it takes up no more than 25% of your display art. So that means pretty much like 75% has to be original, 25% has to be fan art. That's like the idea of it pretty much. That like you need to at least have at least 25% to display your art, no more than 25%. So that's the only thing I can see, because when you look back at the photos that we saw recently, it looks like a lot of their artwork was fan art. Like every single picture that we see here, it is fan art. So that already is like more than 25%. This, however, is not fan art. So that's what it looks like to me right now at the art booth. But let's continue and look into more of other conventions rules, because I asked, does Anime Expo accept AI? Guess what? Yes, they actually do. There's just no rule against AI in Anime Expo. I recently did Anime Expo this year, and this is what it came out. It says, yes, Anime Expo does accept AI. They have no ruling against that right now. That's been a controversial thing for Anime Expo recently. There are weird things going on right now, Anime Expo. I don't know if they're going to update it next year and take that out and officially make it into a full rule, which they may do, because right now the legalities things or rules is kind of under construction. But I asked San Diego Comic-Con, and they actually do not accept AI. They are obviously against AI because it's only allowed to be displayed but not for sale. And the reason why is because, you know, it's Comic-Con, it's artists, you know, that's like the place for artists. The same thing with Anime Expo, but that's weird over there. But with the San Diego Comic-Con, yeah, it's not allowed. So continuing, when we go right here, guys, go more down. It says, I want to thank Dragon Con staff for handling the awkward situation. Well, also thanks to J Debbie L for the photos of them getting kicked out. So here's just in case everyone was feeling bad for them. It says right here, someone wasn't happy that I shared this true story. OG Art Official is an AI culprit. I shared a screenshot of myself this weekend, but don't have to show it. Give any explanation to you losers. I will say this, guys. Here's my controversial take on it. Cons accept AI. You cannot really. We could complain. We could try to change the rules in the future. But if they allow it, they're more like. For me personally, they're not welcome. But obviously, they could be there because there's no rule against it. And another uncomfortable truth, guys. The sad truth is if general people do not care if it's AI made or not. If it looks cool to them, if the product looks awesome, they will buy. He has been selling some stuff, because I look at the other comments, it says he actually been selling like bunches of dollars on certain prints. But continuing, this was left on the table. It says vendor removed for AI selling AI images, art by humans. All my humans say AI. L, Bose, Cope, C, whatever, etc. Rebozo, etc. So again, people were just writing stuff on this table because he was gone. He got kicked out. It is what it is. And again, I know it's still a controversial thing right now because, well, let's just continue. Because here are some more examples of their artwork. Again, it is right now allegedly AI right now. Allegedly. But one thing I will say, guys, what do I always say? What is the best way to put things when you can tell someone's using AI or not? The art style. They're, again, an artist can have different art styles, but when they're completely different from each other, that is a big, in my personal opinion, a big saying that okay, they probably are using AI because no artists have that many like that big of difference of art style, like completely different. It is possible, but it's mostly unlikely. So if you look at like the anime, I forgot, is from Demon Slayer. It's not Dragon Slayer because Dragon Ball. Demon Slayer. But like you look for this art piece to this art piece to this art piece and the Superman one, they all look completely different. So that's one of my things where like, okay, this could be possibly AI, but I gotta say alleged, guy, because I don't get sued. Because right here it says when I scroll down, by the way, guys, oh hey, how much were they charging for those art pieces? I saw them making $100 sales, guys. Yes, they were making a lot of money. They were killing it. This kind of proves the general public does not care if it's AI made or not. I'm not a fan of AI, but if the con does not ban it, you either go to that con or you don't go to that con. That's as simple as that right now. Because again, you can't make people just stop going or buying AI if they want to spend their hard-earned money on AI. It is what it is. Like I'm sorry to say like that, but it is what it is. But continuing, the reason why it's kind of a big controversy, it says right here, are they painting AI images? Is that the controversy? They are pretending to have painted AI generated images. Yeah. So I guess they're not disclosing that their art pieces is made of AI or is AI assisted or anything that kind of way. You need to be upfront. Like if you want to sell AI, again, if they allow it, it is what it is, right? But if you want to sell, I think that the ethical thing to do is let people know, hey, this was made by AI. You gotta let them know how the product was made. At the end of the day, that's the ethical thing to do, in my personal opinion. But this is not the first time this artist has been allegedly called out. Well, I don't want to say allegedly. They've been called out at least last year. We can click on here on April 25th, 2024, guys. It's from Jen Jumalon. It says right here, another convention weekend, another AI booth. This massive booth is C2E2 and everything you see is AI art. I gotta say alleged, guys, because I gotta say allegedly. So this artist right here is posting the same art pieces right here. They do have some similarities to each other, so that is like okay. But remember, guys, when you look at these art pieces, AI or images, I'm gonna say images just to be safe. When you look at these images, they look completely different from the other images, like completely different. There's no similarities to each other at all. Like that's really weird in my personal opinion. But the C2E2 have a rule against AI. So according to Jen Jimalon, it says that going to add rules as C2E2 is that generated AI is not allowed on the show floor. So that either they didn't read the agreement, choose to ignore, or dumb enough to think that nobody would notice. Which honestly, I'm gonna say this, guys, a lot of people are not that don't push back on this stuff as much, where like they're not vocal. They're just like, okay, I'm just not gonna buy, I'm gonna move on. I personally believe if it is against the rules, I think you should be more vocal about it and get them out of the convention. It is what it is. If it's a rule, it's a rule. If it's not, then I'll leave it alone and you move on and don't buy anything from them if you don't want to buy anything from them. That's just me, because I feel if a lot of people don't enforce the rules more people are gonna break the rules. For example, I'm not a fan of proxies. I'm not a fan of that. And if I see someone doing a proxy and they know that the proxy is against the rules, I will say something. I'll be like, hey, this person is not the artist. This is a proxy. They need to leave because it's against the rules. I know I'm a stickler or whatever, but hey, man, they're taking a spot of an artist that shouldn't be there. Or, they're taking a spot who the artists wanted to be there, who are local, and they're taking spots away. That's just me. That's another thing. But yeah, offered to show him how to access. There isn't currently a federal law in the United States that explicitly requires you to label your artwork as being created by AI only at certain places nowadays. But that's not the law. It's just certain conventions, etc. So we pretty much break it down. They were kicked out of Dragon Con. As of right now, there's no actual rule. They don't allow AI, but I guess they are because they end up kicking them out. But it could also be because 25% more was fan art, then they only allowed 25% of your display to be fan art. So that could be a reason why they were kicked out. I'm just saying. I saw the rules. They didn't say anything about that. But there could be a different set of rules when you get the contract or something like that. But I did found their Instagram, guys, is right now private. Again, don't send hate. Don't send hate. Don't send hate. Oh my God. Do not send hate. That sounded really bad for it because I muttered my words. Do not send hate. I just want to let you guys know that it's private right now. But when you look at their website, yes, they have a website. So here it is, the website right here, and they have originals they're selling for a lot of money. A lot of money. About $2,800. Looks like they're doing pretty well. I mean, if it's true, they're selling a lot of money, because look, there are certain famous people on here, like, you know, Tony Hawk. We got the guy who played Darth Vader. I'm so sorry, I got the name wrong. Anakin Skywalker. But yeah, they are like, they have sold to like famous people in the past, and their prices are ridiculous, man. They have very big confidence within their prices, because with acrylics plus paper prints, they're about $189. That's how much they sell their prints. And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Because the weird thing is, like I said before, there's no consistency with their art style. Because look at this one right here, the vintage Japanese art style with Trooper. Here it is right here. Look at the artwork right here, guys. Just look at it, right? And then look at something of another full body. It is different. When you look at the line work, this is like a more like the, what do you call it? Like 2D, you know, cel shading kind of thing. And then this one is blended and is weird. It doesn't look like the Stormtrooper at all. Maybe they're trying a different art style. I don't know. Because again, artists could have a different art style. That is a possibility. But when you look at this Stormtrooper, look at this one. It is completely different. Granted, this is Japanese inspired, but guys, look at the background, look at the line work, and look at this. It feels off. It doesn't 100% look the same. I'm just gonna say that in my personal opinion. Guys, let me know what you guys think about this. Should AI be allowed in Artist Alley, guys? Or should be an actual rule of saying there's no AI? And if there is no actual rule of saying no AI allowed, does that technically they should be allowed in the vendor world of Artist Alley? You know what I mean? Because like I said before, guys, the world's cruel. But I gotta say this again, just to make it very clear, the general public does not really care if it's AI made or not. They only care if the product is cool, they will buy. I guess this has proven to as well. They've been selling a lot of product for hundreds of dollars. Now, what do you guys think? Should every con and convention to be allowed to make their own rules, or there should be one general rule for all conventions says no AI made? Let me know what you guys think about this, comment below. Again, this has been a big battle right now between artists and AI people, because like I said, they're growing. There are more people coming up in the vendor world with AI. And like I said, if the rule's there, not allowed. If the rule isn't there, they're allowed. I'm simple. I'm a simple person like that. All right. Again, I don't support AI. I don't buy AI. Like, I'm not gonna use AI in the art world like that. I'm not gonna do that personally. But damn, dude, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Woo! Peace.